Level 2 and 5.1 is now solving absolute values. So when you're solving absolute values, much like when you're solving square root questions or quadratics, you have two solutions. That's the same thing that it is with solving absolute values, because you're asking about, okay, where is this number or variable 7 units away from 0, like question A says. So if I have a number line and I'm at 0, what this is saying is, what two numbers are 7 units away? This could be a positive 7 or a negative 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this number, this variable in the absolute values could be 7 or it could be negative 7. So we need to list those as both of our answers. Okay. Now if it looks like B, okay, B's a little bit trickier because it doesn't just have an X in the middle. So, like before, this is going to be 12 units away. So this absolute value could be at negative 12 or it could be at positive 12. So I need to set up two equations to show that. So I have 2 over 3x plus 6 equals positive 12, and 2 over 3x plus 6 equals negative 12. The only thing that you change is what it's equal to. You don't change anything on the inside, only what it's equal to, a positive and a negative. So and then you go ahead and solve from there, just like you would a normal equation. So you'd subtract from 6 on both sides, and then I'd multiply by the reciprocal. So I'd have x equals, let's see, I think that's 9. And then same thing for the other one. You're going to subtract 6, and you'll get a different answer for this. It won't be the same number, just like when it wasn't always the same number with square roots. But you will have two answers. Let's see, this is going to be negative 27. So x equals 9 and x equals negative 27. Okay, so go ahead and try C. Pause the video, go ahead and do C, and then play it, see if you're right, and then we'll talk about D together. Okay, so hopefully you got a chance to try that. This one's a little bit simpler than the other one because there's no fraction on the inside, but it works the same way. You take the absolute value and you set it equal to 6 and negative 6 because that's where it could be on the number line. So 2x minus 5 equals 6, and 2x minus 5 equals negative 6. And you solve both of these separately. So I'm going to add 5 to both sides. So the first one will get you 11 over 2, or 5.5. Either way, you could leave it. And then the second one, if you add 5 here, you'll get 2x equals negative 1. You get x equals negative 1/2 or negative 0.5. Either way. So hopefully you got that. If you didn't, go ahead and look back at your work, see how it differs from mine, and then let me know if you have questions along the way. Okay, now let's talk about D. This is saying absolute value of x is negative 3. We talked about distance. Now distance can't be negative, okay? Distance is only positive. So what this is saying is, what number on the number line is negative 3 units from 0? You might be thinking, Miss Mulaney, you're crazy. You can't have negative distance. You can't be negative 3 units away. And you're right, I am crazy, and this answer is no solution. Okay, absolute value cannot equal 0. If it does, your answer will always be no solution. And that's a check that you can do. You can't have an absolute value equal 0. If you do, either something went wrong or the answer is a no solution. So it's a good check to do as you're working through problems.